I bought an hour meter to track how much time I was spending on the bike and to help me with my service intervals. So this is the unit right here. It didn't come with any directions, unfortunately, but I looked online and it's pretty simple setup. It's got an adhesive back on it, and it's got a little red wire and a white wire. Now the red wire just needs to wrap around 4 inches of my high tension line to my spark plug. So mine has this little cover on here. I'll see if I can slip it underneath there, wrap it around and zip tie it tight to this. And then the white line just needs the ground. So I don't know where I'll go. Maybe I can go to the gas tank rubbers there, or something up here. Maybe the screws on this CDI box would be a good place, because I think that's where I want to mount the hour meter itself, is right there on the CDI box. I looked at the steering and I don't think it'll interfere, so I think I can get away with that. So I might just have to clean up that plastic a bit and stick that on there. It should be a pretty easy job. Okay, so after checking the clearances here, I noticed I don't have quite enough room between the CDI box and my forks. So I think what I'm going to have to do is put it on this side, right about there. Clears the fuel tank, forks don't hit it there. I can run the wires just as easy. So there we have it, mounted in position. That sticky stuff seemed to work pretty good. It's on there pretty solid. It's 3M, so that's probably why. Quality sticky stuff. Clears the forks alright. I just got it on the wire. I changed my mind about this wiring. The ground wire I'm going to run right here, because I see it's already being used as a ground, and I found a terminal that I can solder to and use that bolt, and that'll work good. And then for the high tension line, I got the wire wrapped through this sleeve, and just to make sure it holds in place, I'm going to use some of these heat shrink tubes. I'm gonna slide that, one of those bigger ones, up here and sink that up. Put another one here, put the spark plug cap back on, and then once I have this ground wired to that terminal, I can bolt it on there, and then all I have to do is zip tie these guys in place, and that should be done. Okay, I got that heat shrink tubing on there. Just gonna cinch it up. I don't have a heat gun though, but I got the next best thing right here. Just touch it up with that. Okay, that seemed to work pretty nicely. That's on there nice and tight. Still a little warm. Put one on this end and I should be ready to go. I decided not to put heat shrink on this part. I'm just gonna stick the end of this wire into the cap, and that should work good enough. Now I'm gonna trim this wire off to the length I need, and maybe I can put a heat shrink or tape that up right there. cut that off at the length I need, solder it to the terminal, and then bolt that on. So, crimp that off. I'll use this little handy dandy tool here. Oh, just about. Try that without the camera. So I soldered that on there. Pretty good soldered joint. I'll just crimp this plastic piece and then bolt that in place right there. Okay, I got that bolted in place and I just electric taped it on there. Now I just gotta run this cord here up along the frame. I'll follow this wiring that's existing all the way up to there. I just gotta decide which end I want to bundle the excess cord on, and that'll be done. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. We got it coming there. I tied it off to the existing line there. The only mistake I made was the existing line went behind these hoses, and the way I set it up, it had to go in front of the rad hoses. Not a big deal. Then I wadded up the excess cable right here and taped it off to the existing cables there. Just tucked it in there. I don't think it'll go anywhere. Nothing's too snug. So, we'll see how that works. I won't know if it works until I put the motor back in the bike. But right now I'm pretty happy with how that turned out.